All right, you're Nicholas Kopic. So, Mr. Kopic, I received an administrative hearing from probation and asking that we have a judicial review today because of your performance or lack of performance on probation.
Yes, ma'am.
When's the last time he was tested?
January the 4th, and he was positive for marijuana.
Right. So let's start with the test today to see if they're still positive. Have you done anything since then?
No, ma'am.
Are you wearing a drug patch or anything like that? That wasn't required. Well, that's going to happen for sure. So it looks like, Mr. Kopic, that Ms. Jones asked you to do certain things, and you have said that you only have to do some things and not other things that she asked you to do.
No, ma'am. I did not say.
Okay, so did you submit to a mental health evaluation like she asked you
I did
to?
not submit to it.
So he lives in Warren, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So a request for courtesy supervision was submitted to Smith County.
Okay.
And he did not report because he was in Oklahoma working without permission. So the officer there tried to explain to him the protocol and procedures for obtaining travel permission to work out of state.
Right.
And he did not follow through with that. So they rejected supervision. So we scheduled him for an administrative hearing. He reported on January 4th of this year.
Okay, gotcha.
And that's when all the other issues were developed. When he did tell us that there's only certain conditions that he has to comply with.
Okay. I mean, she's right here. So what you said, you said. I trust Ms. Jones that she's not going to stand here and make something up about someone. Here's the thing about probation, Mr. Kopic. You're on probation for a third-degree felony offense. That's very serious. You could go to prison for up to 10 years. Right now, really, all they have to do is file a motion to revoke probation because you've already violated, and I can send you to prison for 10 years for a violation. You don't get to pick and choose what you think you need or don't need while you're on probation. You may not think you need certain things. If probation says they want something done, then my order is for you to do it, right? I don't want to have to stand here like you're a child every time and say, you have to do what she says. I told you already, you have to do what they say. You're not going to get any other warnings about that. What's happened because you haven't done that now is that the other county didn't accept a courtesy supervision. That just makes it harder on you.
Miss Jamie Glosson was trying to make me quit my job. Judge, if I don't have a job, how am I going to pay my bill?
Well, and here's the thing. No one wants you to quit a job, but you have to have permission. We have to know where you are. We have to know what you're doing, what your job is, and you have to provide actual verification, not just I'm doing this and I have to go. So no one, I don't know this other probation officer, but it would surprise me a lot if she just wanted you to quit your job, right? Nobody wants you to quit. Everybody on the people that are probation officers are there not to put people in prison. They're there to help people get better so that they don't go to prison.
Yes, ma'am. I did not video it, but I did hear Jamie Glosson say you cannot go to work.
Well, she might have said you cannot go to Oklahoma. And so here's the thing. You can't go to Oklahoma unless you have permission. So she probably did say that, but you have to go through the proper channels. Ms. Jones is here now. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to order anything other than what she says she thinks you need, right? If that's an evaluation of some sort to see if there's something that can help you be successful, then you're going to do the evaluation and you're going to follow any treatment. If it's getting a job where you don't travel out of state, then you find a job where you don't travel out of state. It's just that simple.
The company I work for is trying to make it to where I can work at the shop in Vienna
Good.
and go from Warren to Buna instead of on the travel.
But you got to still have permission to go wherever it is, right?
Yes,
Because now at this point, your probation's Jefferson County.
yes, ma'am.
So you're going to have to report here because you didn't take care of what you want. Maybe they can resubmit it. I don't know. But for now, you're going to be working with Miss Jones. You're going to have to make those trips here. You're going to have to remain in the state unless you have permission and follow all of her rules. Because her rules are my rules. Do you understand? Miss Jones, is there anything? I want a drug patch for sure. So you're going to get a drug patch and those are something you have to change every 2 weeks. If that drug patch comes back positive and continues to come back positive with marijuana or anything else, you're going to be back in here looking at going to prison. It's just that simple,
Yes, ma'am.
right? Anything else that you can think of, Miss Jones?
When I leave here, I will be doing GED.
You leave here, you're going to be doing everything you're supposed to be doing,
Yes, ma'am.
and you're going to provide verification of it. So you can't just say I'm doing it, right? You print something out, you give her the verification, you email her, whatever it is that she says. Verification is as important as you doing it, because you just saying it, as much as we'd like to believe everyone, we have to have verification in writing of some sort that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Okay. All right. Anything
Thank
else?
you.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you.
At this point, I don't know. When's he coming to see you again? Yeah, let's do one today. Let's see where it is. And that way kind of have some, it should be going down. So y'all can do the quantitative instead of just the positive.
See how to land today.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's make sure it's going down. Okay. Thanks.
Good morning. Are you Mary Robinson?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Robinson, the best you can, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. You can put your hand down. And will your client waive the formal reading of the motion?
Sure, yeah.
Ms. Robinson, in cause number 24, DCCR 1116, I have a motion to revoke your unadjudicated probation. Shows that you were placed on probation December 2nd of 2024 for the second-degree felony offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and that was a 10-year deferred probation. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. I thought it was 5 years.
Looks like it was for 10 years.
They told me it was 5.
It was originally a cap of 5 year.
Okay, so you had a cap of 5, but instead of me sending you to prison for 5 years, I gave you 10 years probation, which is what I'm allowed to do. The cap of 5 years just had to do with prison. And since I didn't give you prison, I gave you a longer probation back at that time. And we talked about that back then, and you went over the paperwork with your probation officer. Do you understand? Do you remember that?
They gave me 5 years.
I gave you 10 years deferred probation. So if you're confused about that, then now I'm telling you, you have 10 years deferred probation that started on December 2nd of 2024. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So this motion alleges that your probation was violated. It's count 1 alleges that you violated by failing to report as directed.
I did.
Listen, it's real important that you listen to what I'm asking you. And then I'm going to ask you if these things are true or not true. Okay. And that's all. We'll have the explanation later. I'll give you an opportunity to explain later. Count 1 alleges that you failed to report to the probation office as directed October 7th, November 13th, and December 18th of 2025. And is that true or not true?
It was on the, I'm sorry, what you say?
So it was October 7th, November 13th, and December 18th that you did not show up.
No, I was supposed to report December, I think it was the 22nd. I showed up like the 20.
Did you report on October 7th?
No, I went like October the 20s. I want to say it was the 22nd because
So if you didn't listen,
if
if you didn't go on October 7th, it sounds like you were ordered to go on October 7th and you didn't go. Sounds like you were told to go on November 13th and you didn't go. So did you go on October 7th?
this March, I went.
Listen, Miss Robinson.
I did go. I went. I
Listen to my
I've been
question.
in
Listen
2
to,
months.
hold on. Do we need to,
I think that there may be an issue, if I may, Your Honor, of her being medicated or not in jail. Ms. Mayfield can speak to that if it would help. I think it's like we're dealing with maybe two different individuals when she's medicated and when she's not. Do you have additional to add to that? Ms.
Right,
Mayfield?
Would you raise your right hand? Do you swear from the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. Go ahead.
She was placed on my caseload, which is the mental health initiative. She was attending Spindletop. She was reporting as directed up until she started missing her appointments with Spindletop.
Okay. So what is the recommendation?
I would like for her to be placed, go through the forensic program, and I work hand in hand with them. So if I need to go to the appointments at Spindletop or communicate with the caseworker, I'm able to. So my recommendation was for her to go through that program, take medications as directed, and be placed on zero tolerance.
So, Ms. Robinson, it sounds like for a little while you were going and doing what you were supposed to do with Spindletop.
I went to probation on the 26th, and I got a letter that's supposed to be on the 24th.
Right. So listen,
They-
what about were you going to
I'm
Spindletop?
not going to spend. So I'm going to get a job. I got children.
So here's the thing. If you're going to be on probation, a condition of your probation that's required is that you go to Spindletop and go through the forensic program, take medication as directed, and go to any meetings, any counseling, anything. If you don't do that, then you're going to go to voice.
I understand, but I need a job
I would love for you to have a job, but you have to
because
get,
my life got cut off, and I honestly was in the streets trying to find out what my children is because I'm just like that.
okay. So here's the thing. Are you willing to follow the directions and go to,
need a job, like.
I'm not talking about a job. I'm talking about going to Spindletop and getting on your medications and doing what you're supposed to do so that you can get a job.
Yeah, I need a job like right now because
I need you to go to Spindletop. Are you willing to do that? It's not, is it fine? Are you willing to follow those
Yeah.
rules? I feel like we're going to be right back here.
I was just inquiring if Ms. Mayfield, Judge, if ISF cognitive might be able to regulate her medication. I don't know their procedures on dispensing
I
medication.
don't know if, I think the only special needs safety, I know, addresses that, but I don't think ISF cognitive does.
No.
No, I didn't think so.
Right out of that structure, we're just right back here on the same thing.
So do you have a place to live when you
Yes,
get
ma'am,
out?
I do. I was going to get a job. I'm trying to get a vehicle. I need to go straight to work because, like,
You've got to go straight to probation and straight to
Yes, ma'am.
Spindletop.
I did. It's just that they told me she was in court, so I had to be understanding, and I had to walk out.
But you stopped going to Spindletop. You were going and then you stopped.
because I feel like I need to go get a job. I don't want to be like,
You can't do that though. If you don't go to Spindletop
Yeah.
and if you don't do what probation tells you have to do, then you're going to be back in front of me and you're going to end up in prison.
Yes, ma'am. I understand.
There's no other option.
Yeah.
You don't get to choose whether you go or not at this point. You understand?
Yes, ma'am. I understand.
So I guess what we can do instead of going through, she's obviously didn't comply with Spindletop. I'll find count 3 true just based on the evidence presented today. Let's see, from probation, you're sworn in as well. Did she report October 7th, November 13th, and December 18th? Okay, so I'll find count 1 true, count 3 true. That's enough for what we need to do here. So, Ms. Robinson, what I'm going to do is find count 1 and 3 true in your motion to revoke.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to find that you didn't show up when you were supposed to and that you didn't follow through with Spindletop like you were supposed to.
Yes, ma'am.
What that means is right now today, I could revoke your probation and send you to prison. But it sounds like probation doesn't want that. Nobody wants that. I don't want that.
Yeah.
But we want you to be successful. So I'm going to continue you on probation.
Okay.
But I am ordering that you will go through the forensic program through probation and required to follow through with Spindletop, take any medication, any treatment, counseling, whatever they say, you have to do it. I want you to get a job as well, but you have to make your mental health first, because then you'll be able to get a better job and do better. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Okay. So probation will talk to you as soon as you're released from custody. Go to probation so you get a track, get those appointments, and so that you're not back in here. Because if you don't, and you refuse to go to Spindletop, and you don't show up for your appointments at probation, you're going to be right back in here, and I won't be able to give you this opportunity. Okay?
I understand.
All right. You can go back with the bailiff.
I hear you.
What makes this case interesting isn't what happened. It's what almost happened. Because this entire situation is sitting right on the edge. He hasn't been revoked yet. He hasn't been sentenced yet. But he's dangerously close. And you can hear it in the judge's tone. She's not trying to punish him right now. She's trying to stop him from going down a path that leads straight to prison. But here's the truth about moments like this. The court can give you chances. The system can give you structure. The judge can even give you guidance. But none of that matters if the person doesn't change their mindset. And that's the real question after this hearing. Did he finally understand what was at stake? Or is he going to walk right back in here, facing those same 10 years she just warned him about?